This is Lifestyles. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric. I'm feeling real pimpish tonight. As you can see, I got on the fur. Um, this is in honor of a real live former pimp by the name of Max Suave. So we're going to get into some questions here shortly. We're going to see if we can get him into our live tonight. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Lifestyles. If you haven't been to Lifestyles before, we talk about everything politics, we do art, we cook, we even use metal detectors. So come on in, share it to your friends. Um, I welcome your opinion on everything that we talk about here on Lifestyles with Eric. So sit back and enjoy the ride. We're going to have some real good conversation tonight talking about relationship stuff with a former pimp, again, Max Suave. And it looks like we have Max Suave coming into the chat, everybody. Um, Welcome to Lifestyles, Max Suave. How are you, sir? Let's see. Hold on just a second. All righty, we've got Max Suave in the house tonight. How you doing, sir? This is, I'm wearing this fur coat in honor of you. I just want you to know that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I wanted to let you know that I'm wearing this fur coat in honor of you.
Oh man, you got the style, man.
Because we got a real live former pimp by the name of Max Schwab, and we want to get into some questions. We don't want to dive right into the deep stuff just yet. We just kind of want to get a feel for who we're talking to tonight. Hey Shirley, hey Ferris Fair, hey Lynn, hey Angela. Welcome to Lifestyles. We talk about everything on Lifestyles. We welcome your opinion. We're going to be asking some questions. We're going to be having some different points of view. We're going to talk about relationship stuff. So let's do it. Again, this is what's your name, sir?
Max Love.
You can. Hey, what's going on, George? How you doing? If you want to tell us a little bit about Max Schwab, go right ahead. And it doesn't have to be real personal. Just whatever you feel free to say.
You ask me questions, whatever you like to know. I think it's
I didn't
probably
hear
what.
you.
Well, you can ask me questions, whatever you like to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been pimping, man?
Well, that's a good question because it's a viewpoint thing. I like to say all of my life, but officially, out there traveling cross country in the game, I'd like to say maybe good 18 years.
Okay. 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 All right. What's the most women you ever had in your camp, man?
Oh wow! At one time or all together? Just
Um, I guess at all together, all together.
man, that's some serious mathematics right there. I had to apply some thought to that question. Like at one time, I could rotate between 4 and 5.
Okay. 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 Um, how do you pick your hoes, man? I mean, is that what you call a woman that gives her money to a man, or or a bitch or a hoe, or what would you call your or pet? What would be your pet name? What would be your pet name for your stable or your women?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because to me it seems to be a lot of misconception behind the relationship that goes on between so-called, and I'm gonna put quotes around it, pimp, and so-called quotes around it hoes, because I know and understand that those are labels. And if you study Hollywood, those labels have been promoted by Hollywood. And if you really want to get into the essence of the relationship between so-called pimps and so-called hoes, you really have to get into the psychology of people. and the psychology of relationships and where real relationships came from. See, everybody has a misconception that somebody's being kind and somebody's being cruel. So today we had to set the record straight.
Absolutely. 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 Um, okay. 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 So why would in your mind, why would a woman give a man money or her money that she earned
Well,
on her own?
in my mind, why would a man give a woman his money? You know, not to answer a question with a question, but I want to prove a double-sided point that when two people work together, they put money together. You understand what I'm saying? If they share
Absolutely.
a common vision and a common goal and they're working together, who's looking at who's putting money where? If everybody's heart is in the same place and everybody's main, and we have a goal that we're working on together. Maybe she's a better money manager and she handles different portions of the money. Maybe he is, you know. So this is why I like to touch on the relationship aspect of it, because if we age group in the group, but if we go back a generation or two, you know, it used to be to where nobody got his plate. And grandmama made sure that she made sure granddaddy was squared away.
Right.
See, that was a
Right. Right. Right.
respect thing. That was a respect thing. And along the way, you know, under different age groups and different viewpoints, you know, we've lost a little bit of that respect and we've called it different things. And I'm afraid sometimes we've mislabeled respectful relationships between men and women, pimp and hoe.
He said, so we're going to kind of hold back on the questions, guys. But George wanted to know, did Iceberg Slim's book Pimp influence you in any kind of way?
Not at all. Not at all. Respect to Iceberg Slim and his book though, because I think it's great anytime a person have an experience and articulate that experience in writing for a lot of people to understand. I respect that, but no, I didn't really gravitate this book because its terminology was a little old for me. I was more of a Donald Goins guy.
Okay. Okay. Hey, everybody. I know I didn't get a chance to speak to everybody, but you know we're letting Max Swab have the floor tonight. Um, hold refrain from on the you can put the questions up, and then when he gets done talking, then I'll get to asking some of the questions. So just sit back and we'll let him do some talking. And like I said, we're going to get into some relationship stuff here shortly, and we'll see how long that goes and see how everything goes. Um, Everybody, don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric. And again, we want to say thanks to Max Watt coming in tonight. I'm sure he has a busy schedule, traveling all around the world. So let's see. What's a pimp?
Wow, that's a that's another deep question. I mean, you got to understand, you know, when you ask that question and you ask somebody that's been in the life for any length of time, you gonna get the same answer. So you have a lot of people who enter the life and people who are interested at looking in. And so they buy into the Hollywood version of that word. I don't understand it, you know.
Okay. Okay.
In
What's a
other
hoe?
words, I'm saying is there's a great misconception getting on and going on, and I don't think the public should be caught up on words anymore because it's basic, simple moves between men and women in relationships. Relationships are like the ocean; they ebb and flow. They go up and down and in and out, ups and downs, smiles and frowns, as we say in the game. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have
Absolutely.
a relationship with a woman, sometimes it's sometimes it's great, but you walk through those things with her, and hopefully, you have something to offer her above sex, and that's a deep subject, you know. something to offer her above sex, and to not also to master your manhood, to not be tempted by her sex at the same time.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I
I
believe
agree.
she looks for this. So you ask me what is a pimp? I'm going to tell you a pimp is a man who has mastered some sort of discipline. It's not a free for all. See, a lot of people get caught up in the cars and the clothes and the hoes and this and the glamour. You know what I'm saying? Rest and success. But they never look at the work that goes in. They never look at the actual relationship. So a lot of people are chasing a dream. And this is why they don't make it 18 years plus out here dealing with, and gaining the respect of women. And that's a hard thing to do under the type of the word pimp, because it's a very negative one. But when two people can come together and create something great, how negative is that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, why would a woman sell their body?
Well, there's no cookie cutter answer for that question. But I'm gonna put it simple in the Max Schwab way, right? Some women sell their body that I see because they don't have too much else fucking working for them, frankly, in my eyes. And they haven't been motivated, or let's say met anyone who can see any talent greater in her and exploit that, and to lead her into anything that makes her have any type of growth other than to simply have to use her body. So why would she sell her body? Is because she's not exploring other areas and aspects of herself that can be great. See, a good man, pimp, or whatever flag you want to put in there is gonna come into her life and he's gonna analyze that. See what I'm saying? He's gonna bring the best
Yeah.
out of it. And sometimes it's just like him. Niggas come to the game, man, and they you can only bring the game the kind of man you were before you came to the game. You don't take a pill and magically turn into this kind of guy that has this particular type of charisma or characteristic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you were a grimy type of individual, and then you got into the lifestyle, you're gonna be kind of grimy with how you operate in the lifestyle. You know, if a female with a goddamn F student in motherfucking high school, she might not catch on too fast. So she might not be able to pull off more finesse style hustles, let's say.
Okay.
You know,
So,
not to put anyone in a category, but it really does boil down to a person's education level. You see what I'm saying?
right.
And a person's respect level for life. So when you say pimping and hoeing, everybody ain't out here just because it's pimping and hoeing and she's selling her body and that's what it is. You know, you got people out here with strip malls and women with businesses that still have men in their life that are, giving instructions and guidance at this point. And she's holding down major shit.
Gotcha. I got man, that's deep. That's deep. You got me thinking, man. He's got me thinking, everybody. Really got me thinking a lot. Um, hmm. I've got one question right up under, and it's by the young lady named Terry. She says, what do you require of your girls in order to become your girls, and how are they chosen?
Well, here again, there's no cookie cutter answer to that question because any and every person that you meet in your life is like a fingerprint. They're unique. So I can't meet somebody and tell you the same shit I told you. That's not gonna work. And that's not genuine. And this is what we get into back to that stereotypical pimp that's supposed to be the liar and the deceit. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
And there's
right,
no
right,
way,
right, right.
there's no way to build something solid on shaky ground. So the first thing you have to do is man enough to be honest with a female about what the fuck is going on. And it's
Right.
surprising me it's a lot of females that say that can handle honesty with men.
Right.
So it's a motherfucking work in progress, trust me. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, ain't no magic answers or no magic shit that goes on. You have to be able to sit down and be honest, look in a person's eyes and be honest about what each person wants and what each person is willing to do and how we gonna go about doing it or whatever it is that we decide to do. And I don't care if we run in real estate or truck or out here traveling across country trying to break tricks, break the rookies for their cookies. You know, it doesn't matter. It's the same mindset. You understand what I'm saying?
I think there are a lot of misconceptions on just the fact that a woman sells her body and then also decides to, let's just say, give her money to a person or individual to manage her money. Because it's her right to do what she wants to do with her body, just like it's her right to do what she wants to do if she has an abortion or a baby or whatever. So if she wants to sell her body and she decides to give her money to a individual, it could be a man or a woman, to manage her money. And as long as they're doing exactly what she wants them to do, or she sees progress in the money that she's giving that person, then I think that to me, in my own opinion, should be okay. But some people feel that is just a bad thing. And why would a woman give a man money to manage her money? Why can't she do that herself? Well, you know, I think that everybody has their own mind and their own way of doing things, and sometimes uh, different women want to be in a team atmosphere, a team sort of what's the word? They want to be sort of like a team, and they want the man to take the lead, and but they feel that the money that they bring home to the man is, as long as that man is doing again what she perceives is the right thing to do with the money, then I think it is what it is. But that,
So
hey, you know,
let me jump dive into that a little bit because um some of what you said is kind of on point, but I want to go in a little bit deeper with it, right?
absolutely, you're the
Because
professional.
I talk to a lot of young brothers who's in the game now, whatever, and they suffer from a misconception that these females really give a fuck about their money because they don't. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know, it, think about something. Since the beginning of creation, man and woman was created to be together.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a magnetism right there. You know, And so I could stop right there and everybody's mind can go in any direction it wants to go in. But whenever you get back to the basics of it, you know what I'm saying? A man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. And it's a magnetism when that creation was set up together. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it ain't necessarily just because he's no manager. Because
Okay.
she could go out and hire the best motherfucker with a PhD to manage her shit if she really wants to get down to efficient management. So it's a little bit deeper than management.
Okay.
Why? I'm gonna just say it in street language. Why she cut for this dude? Why she go this? Why is she with him? Like, why did she marry the nigga? You see what I'm saying? We asking
Right.
the same question, really. Really, we're asking the same question. What is
Okay.
the fulfillment that she's receiving through this relationship or through whatever it is that they're doing together? See, I'm gonna take the labels off of it because it's really, really basic.
Okay.
Everybody's really doing the same shit with different labels. So if we got a pot of soup and I'm using a spoon to get soup out, and somebody else is using a fork and I'm getting more, they want to call me the pimp. You know what I'm saying? It hurt a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Because we found a way to get a little bit more soup out the pot than the next motherfucking nigga.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay. 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 We got a question. Looks like somebody said, would you have a relationship with a woman that's into that lifestyle?
Let's into which lifestyle.
I guess your lifestyle.
I mean, that's what we have relationships. That's what
Okay.
that's what we're having.
Okay.
You know,
Um, attorney Attorney Roberta Stanton said, generally big corporate CEOs make so much more than the laborer. We complain about the unfairness of that. Is that the same way pimps and is that the same way with pimps and the women?
That's a great question. I like that question because that's something I've been bringing up in the lifestyle as I travel cross country and deal with different people that I know in the life. You know, I think that as time goes on, that guys need to be able to have more compensation for the females. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I say
Get
that all
this
the
to
time.
a term in the lifestyle. We got a term. We got niggas that we call them dry pimps. They doing shit for a female really too much financially. You know what I mean? It's all eat,
Mm,
eat, eat, eat. So and then here's my question: is how intelligent is she? See what I'm saying? Going back to why would a woman choose? You see what I'm saying? So if she's looking for the best management, why is she there with that individual? So the answers to your questions really lie deeper than the surface of it's some deeper reasons why she's there. A lot of times, man, it's deep, man. People come from different aspects of life. So when I say a nigga can come from being a grimy nigga, if you start thinking he might be a little bit grimy pimp because he brings the kind of man he is to the game. Okay, let's put this motherfucking foot on the stiletto. She bring the kind of woman she is to the game. So sometimes, you got women that been through all walks of life that have different particular kind of hang-ups that fuck with different particular kind of niggas to get it so they can get that different particular kind of fulfillment. You understand what I'm saying?
gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's sad because I believe in choose big, win big. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
ain't good. Average motherfucking bitch don't want to fuck with me because I ain't good. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
Right. Right. Right.
so we
Right.
missed a little bit. We still got a lot. I just believe in making your dream big, man, and try to achieve it. And if you miss, at least you still got enough to work with. And a lot of anymore, the females don't seem to have that particular kind, and the males either. Don't let me get sexual. They just the people, period. In the lifestyle, have the type of vision anymore. Just a little bit is fine. You know.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, and that's real talk, and that's real talk. Some people don't agree with a lot of that, but you just kind of got to put that into your everyday living, and look at the situations that people call themselves married, the things that they do. Let's get into that. What about how do you feel about people being married? What do you feel about those types of things? What's going on, Ferris Fair? Let's go.
Well, myself, I've been married before
Okay.
when I was younger for a short amount of time. And, at this point, I don't even really even believe in marriage, like that. I'm not
Okay.
off the marriage thing because, you know, I understand it for what it is. What they call a civil union. So that's something that has something to do with law and taxation, and just because two people are married don't mean that their word is solid. So that's why in pimping and hoeing, a pimp calls it a hoe his mighty, mighty wife. Not just a wife, but a mighty, mighty wife.
Okay.
Because our relationship is really kind of deeper than marriage. The type of trust that we have. You see what I'm saying? The type of things that we do together is you know, I mean, everything's cool when the lipstick is on, and what I'm saying, when the lights is out. But how long can you deal with somebody when the lights is on and their hair is covered up before they get their perm, before they, what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, that's the real part of the relationship. So I want to pull the mask off of, everything's this dominant guy who is beating up on girls and taking advantage and taking shit from somebody, you
Right.
know. because that's not what's happening. People at
Right.
home having real relationships and organizing their game and figuring out how they're gonna put something together. You know, they just happen to be in that particular lifestyle. So it's really the same thing a husband and wife do when both of them go catch a job and decide how they're gonna pay these bills. You see what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
just chose to take that route. You know what I mean? So when you say why
Yeah.
do they do it, it's probably a little bit along the same line. You know what I mean? Of why other people cut for other people in different lifestyles. You know what I'm saying?
Why do people look down on that type of relationship? Especially, this is the big point, when a woman is not being forced to do it. Why do people look down?
Well,
You're not forcing a woman to do anything, physically forcing them to do this, and they're of age, then why do people still look down on it? If the woman chose to do this with this up here.
I can't answer why for everyone, but I can tell you a little bit of why I think that people's thought go along that way. And it's a historical question. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to look at the history of how women have been treated on this planet. You see what I'm saying? And unfortunately, and I'm not a racially minded individual, but it hasn't been how black men have been treating women on the planet because we haven't been empowered to treat women any kind of motherfucking way. It's always taken two of us to tangle in a household. You did,
Gotcha.
you know, but
Hmm.
but we've never been in position to say that we will be hearing her if she leaves. She can't control a thing. See, you know, when a woman is dealing with some ism or even in the aspect of the CEO, as the young lady put it, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You have to trust her to go do a thing. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You has to give her a blueprint. You know, in the case of pimping, you might see a woman, a body, maybe not always the Coke bottle, supermodel type that everybody thinks a bad bitch is supposed to do. Because I know some ugly motherfuckers outrun some people. You know what I'm saying? You
Gotcha.
know, because they have just that much more drive because they know they're working with a handicap sometimes. But
Okay.
it's the mind state is what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog at the
Gotcha.
end of the day. So
Gotcha.
when I'm selecting someone, I'm selecting the right dog for the motherfucking fight. Not because she's cute, or not because she's this or not because she's that, because she's the right type for the fight. And that's
Gotcha.
important because if you working with only a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. It might mean you need some more tools in your tool kit, partner. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we've got an opinion. And again, on Lifestyles with Eric, all opinions count. We won't judge. And it doesn't matter if we agree or disagree. We definitely welcome your opinion. So, somebody says this type of work breaks down the black family. It's just the truth. We should have more respect for black women as well as men. That's Fair's opinion. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, I can understand that principle, you know what I'm saying? But here again, in real life, there's a lot of different things going on, and people gravitate to what they gravitate to and use what they can in life to get where they need to get. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, people kind of choose their walks of life that they get into because, as you said, everything's by choice and never by force.
Right.
You
Um,
know.
we got a good friend of mine out in LA, James Hudson. Salute. Thanks for coming back into Lifestyles, man. I always appreciate you. He says he said the track has always been on Figueroa and Sunset Boulevard. Does at Mac feel like pimping will move only to the internet?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna give you my honest prediction. I think the game is gonna move back to the streets. It really ain't gonna have no choice. I think the internet is something that people gonna move away from eventually.
Okay. Okay. Does working and then hey Gwendolyn, welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming back in. Does a working woman have to meet a quota like back in the day? If so, do they get checked if they don't?
You know that here again. I'm saying the game is it's like a fingerprint. So if she's working with a pimp or her man or whatever you want to put that label right there. You know what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
depends on the understanding that they have. You know what I'm saying? Now I put it to you like this. I break it to you down to you like this. Any female in the game that call herself in this lifestyle that have any kind of respect as being just calling herself that, they going to slide her ass in the field with no motherfucking money, knowing and understanding what her and her man have decided to do together. Why in the world would she lose her integrity like that? And it don't have nothing to do with what he sent her to do. It should have something to do with being the kind of woman that has the kind of integrity saying, I got to get up and go, and I have value, and this is what I can do. It don't got nothing to do with you saying, bro, I'm a bad motherfucker by myself. Now, what can we do together?
Okay. Okay. Hey, um, we're still taking a few more questions with Max Suave. So if anybody has a few questions they want to ask before he decides that, he has to get on a flight, or you never know, uh, we definitely welcome we and appreciate his time. So if anybody has any more questions, please feel free to add some questions, and I'm going to shoot them to him. Um, so do you have any future plans? I mean, like, do you have any good, future plans? Yeah.
I mean,
Anything big?
I see dollar signs in my future.
Okay. Okay. That's always a good future. That's always a good future.
Dollar signs. Not to say, just in dealing with women, because we deal with various businesses. You know what I'm saying? You know,
We
I
got
try
two
to
questions. We
I
not
try
trying
to
to.
date intelligent people that we can do other things. We're not trapped into one category of her body. Because her
Got
mind is really more important than her body.
got you. Got two questions. George wants to know: can you tell by looking at a woman how many miles or how long she can last in the game?
Damn. You know what? Hey man, after you've been out here so long, you get a sixth, seventh, and eighth sense about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh huh.
sometimes, yeah, you could, it's like sometimes you can meet somebody and be like, damn, you know, she'll be cold as a motherfucker in this state. If she was over here, she'll be a bad motherfucker. She'll really have more advantage. It's kind of like, and then after so long of dealing with so many types of people, you can tell which personality type is going uh, some people come in and hit it fast and then fizzle right out quick. Some people come in and start slow and build up momentum and last for a while. Some people come in and knock it out the fucking park and go all the way, and some people never fucking make it. The
Okay.
problem with that is in the game, one slip can be deadly. One slip can be your life. One slip can be your case. One slip can be, what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So you damn sure want to go in, playing chess and not checkers. You want to
Gotcha.
have some instructions and some guidance, man. You want to try to fuck it at least motherfuckers that got some kind of experience in the game because they've
Gotcha.
been there and did that. So it's a value in the wisdom of what they know about how to move and groove and conduct the business in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Ferris Fair wants to know if you feel like if you just feel like throwing a number out. She said, "What's the most you've made in a year?"
Oh shit. Uh, Hold on first. Let me do the math. Let me see. Yeah, three. That's a really rough question.
Hey
I have
man,
to
that's okay.
average. That's a really rough question right there.
Well,
That's a real.
okay. How about this? How about this? What's the most expensive car you've ever bought? And that can maybe tell us something.
I mean, in a year, I done probably bought maybe close to 300 or 400,000 in vehicles. You
Well, I
know,
mean, what's the best car? What's the most expensive car you've bought? And yeah, I mean, what's the most expensive car you've bought? And what kind of car was that?
180. The Bentley, the Flying Spur. But as I'm saying, I try to keep my peoples up to par. So
Okay.
if I'm going for me, then soon after I'm going for them. Or however, it's a financial situation. Sometimes you can't just go for everybody at once. Adults
Right.
understand it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So you work, you save, you do this. You work, you save, you do that. You make sure everybody get you know to live the lifestyle that they supposed to live for the kind of revenue being generated. Ain't
Right.
no put it in and don't live with it. That's what it's for. It ain't for somebody to put in their pocket and run off while they over there.
James wants to know, have you ever been to the Players Ball in Las Vegas?
Hell no. I don't do
Okay.
player ball tripping. You know what I mean? I've been offered to do a one in Dallas a couple times because I know a couple of a lot of the players that rotate. I don't like to associate with that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Have you ever wanted to do something else with your life and really and let's see. Would you ever want? I'm see. Has he ever wanted to do something else with his life? Is he really content or rather change?
Well, you know what? I think I'm content because I understand who and what I am. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
Okay.
sometimes in life, when a person can accept who and what they are, it gets peaceful for them, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
I can accept where I'm at with things, even if people can't understand or define my ways and actions. You see what I'm saying? Because in my mind, when you speak of pimp, that's a noun, a
Right.
person, place, or a thing. So you're talking about a thing. And when you're talking about pimping, you're speaking about an action. See what I'm saying? You know, so it's a thing being put in action. So I want to differentiate the thing being put in action from the man. You see what I'm saying? A man can do a lot of things. Have you ever heard the saying, the jack of all trades and the master of none? A
You said
man can be the jack of all trades and the master of none. Oh,
that's what I always say. I always
yeah,
say that.
you know.
Yeah.
So a man will do many things in his lifetime, and he has to chisel out and narrow down to the few, what I'm saying, that appear to work to get him to where he goes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not
Right.
saying that women's bodies are it. Don't misunderstand it. But the cooperation of women in a team, there is no other way to win. If you want to leave
Okay.
it, uh, the black struggle, since we had talked about the respect of black men and women in the family unit. If you want to look at something and really look at the black woman's power, look at civil rights. Civil rights couldn't have been done without the black woman, bro. See what I'm saying? And the only thing that took that power away was when women's will came in. That curbed the black woman and it took the black woman and the black man to unite for Martin and the marching and all of that shit during civil rights. So what I'm saying is she was correct in a sense because at that point in the game, the family unit was one tribe, one vibe. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then a man, you know what I mean? And they kind of split the gender. And look at what was
Okay.
that.
Roberta Stanton wants to know, Attorney Roberta wants to know, how long did it take you to figure out which guys were able to use the service or not? I guess with your women, um, do they have a? She said, do you have a pass test for them before letting the lady go with them?
Well, here again, that's there's no cookie cutter answer for that question. It depends on the individual guy. So you got in the lifestyle, you got some guys that are very hands-on like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some ladies in the lifestyle need guys that are hands-on. Because like I said, it's an education level thing. You got some ladies who are big girls, responsible. They can take care of their own. They know how to coordinate and take care of themselves as a business. So
Okay.
I guess her man didn't really be in that aspect of her life.
Okay.
Because make no mistake about it, if it was no single guy in the game, if it wasn't no pimp in the game, hoes would still be motherfucking hoeing because when they call it the oldest profession, they ain't talking about us.
Okay.
Hoeing is the oldest profession. They ain't say nothing about pimping. Pimping is
Right.
something along.
Got you. George says, do you think that we all trick when it comes down to wanting a relationship we see in a woman and spend money on her in order to get what we want, sex, wife, girlfriend, ex, regardless of our status,
Well, I hate to use the term tricking there. I mean, that's a street term. I'm gonna put it over there with them Hollywood terms like pimp and hoe. In real terms, anybody in your life is gonna have some use for you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's exchange going on. You know what I'm saying? And as long as everybody has a usefulness and a fair exchange, what's wrong with that?
Okay. Okay.
But
Um,
it's not a weakness to fulfill a need. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's not a weakness to provide a service. Why does it have to be called a bad thing? Maybe because of the negative stigma that goes on with just sex, period. Nobody ever wants to talk about sex anyway. If you go back to slavery, they talked about everything but the sexual shit that went on. They had to make a movie and talk about Candyland and wake everybody up to the fact that everybody was being sexually exploited the whole time too.
So let's see. So Gwendolyn says, what's the difference in what you do in an escort service being a call girl?
What as far as how a female works?
Hey
You know,
Sylvia, hey Francis.
a
Yeah,
female.
I guess as far as the business is concerned.
I look, I always was like this. I learned this the hard way, let's say, because sometimes you make different moves in the game and you learn as you go on, right? But a lot of times you have to deal with a woman accordingly. Every female gets her money a different kind of way when she's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you can't really take that from her. You have to let her be able to roll how she rolls so she's comfortable until maybe you can show her some other things that increase her game to where you can, turn this shit, into Michael Jordan, LeBron James type shit, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But you can't sweep her foul. She gotta eat how, some females like it indoors. They like to be in clubs and swing around poles. They feel comfortable. And they know how to really work it, so you got some guy come along and meet her and say, nah, baby, we got it all down to the crack and do everything. Now she walks up and down the street feeling uncomfortable. If she can learn to do it, you know what I'm saying? You know, but she's in an uncomfort zone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
it
Right.
takes, But personally, I recommend the motherfucker learn how to get it every way you can, because when you travel, sometimes you can't get in no club, or sometimes you get to a big city and that internet escort shit ain't talking. There's 1,001 million bitches on there with you, so the competition is stiff. So now you gotta move around like James Brown to find another way to eat, or starve, or go home with your tail between your legs. What you gonna do?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Gotcha. Hey man, it's real. It's real. Um, I think caring for someone isn't tricking. I feel like both parties should give. That's what Ferris Fair said.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on, really.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, everybody has their own personal view on relationships, and I respect it. You know, hey, if that's if that's what they want to do, and if that's how they want to, get on their knee and say, will you marry me, or want to be boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, I guess, or be a square, you know, then hey, it's totally up to them. It's just, I just feel like you should have respect for whoever does whatever and let them do whatever they feel like they want to do with theirs. You know,
Well, I wanted to be able to set the record straight a little bit, because I really never hear anyone talk about, the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And the negative stigma that comes along with the game. And it's really normal shit. Like you said, it's the same commitments going on between, or should be going on between a husband and a wife, is going on between the pimp and the hoe. You know what I'm saying? Between the doctor and the nurse. You know, between you know, I don't get how people miss that, getting so caught up in sexual. I think it's really because what goes on in the professional gentleman of leisure, or the nightlife, or the lifestyle, kind of takes up what has been taught to people to be the norm. You see what I'm
okay,
saying? One
okay,
man, one woman, uh, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to work and take out your trash. You see what I'm saying? I ain't being
right,
funny, but you know, it's how we speak in the game. We got a square lifestyle, and then we talk about a player lifestyle. And so I guess differentiate when you say the player lifestyle, to me, is just more of the free thinkers who have broken the chains of conformity. They took the blinders off the relationship shit. Now that can be a good and bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because knowledge
okay,
taken to a positive degree can be good, but knowledge taken to a negative degree can be fucked up. So you know, you got to know how to hold your weapon. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I love those kind of relationships. I'd rather have a wide awake woman than, what I'm saying, a woman that's trying to fit inside of a bag. But my personality won't fit in the bag. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I kind of feel the same way. Yeah.
And I like
Um,
a female whose personality doesn't fit in the bag. That means she's an achiever. Sometimes they have that and just, might be a little misguided with all that energy and need to, some focus. You know what I'm saying?
what
But
about, yeah, but what about, I think you had kind of talked to me about this a long time ago. What about what a female is taught by her mother?
I was just getting ready to say that, man. Sometimes when they grow up in life, you know what I mean. You got the preachers and the teachers carry you to you get out there in life. Then when you get out there in life and get hit with a little bit of reality, you start meeting different kind of people that teach you other things about survival and getting hit. See what I'm saying? So if coming up, and I ain't saying nothing bad about parents and what parents teach and all that, because as my mother tells me, there is no rule book or manual or shit that comes with parenting, and I can live that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when we grow up and we understand the misconceptions and the fuck ups that came along with what we were taught, why would we perpetuate that shit right back to the kids again? Why won't we just pull the wool off of it and teach them reality? And the new generations they really ain't teaching the Santa Claus shit no more and all of that. Everything's
Right.
real now. I'm Santa, and this is what's going on. You know, so yeah, that's what needs to go on. Everything needs to get back to real. And
I agree.
it's just like they say, let's put the guns down and fight. It's okay to lose the fight. You can fight again.
Exactly.
The point is
Exactly.
going to talk, not that somebody just treated you like a fag, and fuck or something, and you didn't fight
Uh,
back
um, Gwendolyn said, "Do you ever encourage your women to want more or to do different?"
all the time. You can't be over here and don't want more. I can't even fuck with
Okay.
somebody that don't want more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I'm good at giving more. I don't mind giving more. I enjoy seeing people's dreams turn into reality. So if you don't put in the work for more, I'm willing to work with you for more if I like the vision and you know what I'm saying. I like to see that happen.
I got
Yeah.
a good. I see a good question for you. Hey, welcome to Lifestyles. Hey, Trey Ace of Spades. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That thumbs up. She wants to know what is your average age that a woman should end her lifestyle or end that career.
That's what I'm saying. It really it depends on her level of game. I almost want to say never. I know some 70-year-olds at 60 and 70, they still popping, you know what I'm saying? And the
Okay.
type of wisdom and good little moves and tricks that them type of people offer, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be around them. They pass you learning shit that it took them 40 motherfucking years to learn this move in this place. You know what I'm saying? To
Uh huh.
establish that type of connection. So it's always a benefit to be around those kind of people. But ending
Okay.
a career, you transform the game. See what I'm
Okay.
saying? You transform. If your body go out there, you're supposed to have your mind kicking in anyway. You should have your
Right.
business going right in anyway. You should have, you know, you plan for that.
Do you have any regrets in life?
Of
Or
course.
what are you what no. She said, what are some of your regrets in life?
Some of my regrets. Ooh, man. You know what? Sometimes I've done some fucked up shit to people. Not a lot. I've been a pretty righteous motherfucker, but a few times in life, I didn't
We
get
all
some.
slip up. We all slip up.
And I apologize for that, and I regret that. But I
Yep.
don't have a hard luck story for people. I came from over here. My mama did this. I grew up like this. I love it because everything, a single thing that I've gone through in my life brings me into the understanding of the man that I am today. And I give God the glory for that one. Because
Okay. All
although
right.
we plan, he's the best of planners. We think we're doing something, but he can already wrote some shit. And the better we figure out how to fit in, the better off I think we'll be. And I don't think that really has anything to do with what you're doing. It has something to do with understanding that and applying that in whatever you're doing.
Okay. Uh, okay. George wants to know, what's your exit strategy for when you retire? Do you see yourself set up for retirement?
Oh man, I ain't gonna retire till I'm dead. I rest when I'm dead. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I like to poke fun at people. I'm like, look at the word retirement. How you gonna get tired again? Read means to do it again. How you gonna get tired again? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Ain't no rest for the weary, they used to say. So
Exactly.
as men too, we have to keep moving. We have to keep moving. As men, we have to keep educating. We have to have growth and development because here again, you put a label on it, pimping man, husband, whatever the hell you want to call it. We have to be leaders. We have to be strong, and even though women are strong, we still have to be her rock. And when you can become that, she'll drown a fucking glass of water. You know what I mean? And fight a brick about you, man.
You kind of brought something up. I just
Because
want
you're
you.
because you're fulfilling something for her as a woman, and that don't have shit to do with the money. You see
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I see a good question down here. How is COVID affecting business?
COVID got business fucked up. Hey boy, I, hey, you know what? Sometimes when it rains, a nigga tell a motherfucker walk through the raindrop to get the money, man. But how do you tell a motherfucker walk through COVID? So hell yeah, if you care anything about people, man, you didn't shut down. You ain't really, come on, man. You know what I mean? See,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Here we go back to this misconception about pimping and hoeing, where niggas just care so much about money that we recklessly don't give a fuck about people. But it's the people that's around you that makes everything go. So how good a business are you doing when you do that? Even if it's just business. But
Gotcha.
anything that goes on with people, I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. If it go on over 6, 7, 8 years, you got something vested that's deeper than money. You used to something that, you know what I'm saying? There's a feeling there that you get. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It's like when you stand back and look at the house you built. When you started with just a plot of land. And then you get down to the last shingle on that motherfucker and you stand on the curb and look at it.
Almost done. Almost
Hell
done.
yeah,
Right.
man. You know what I'm saying? How does that make you feel?
Right, right. Hey man, you brought up something about I just kind of I didn't ask you about what do you think about reverends in the church or and that kind of stuff. What do you think about that whole thing?
Mm. Well, you know, I can't speak for 100% of the reverends. I've heard some good ones and I've heard some bad ones, and you know, I don't. I just don't have nothing to say about the reverends. They doing what they do.
Okay.
That's their
Okay.
job. That's their calling to try to,
All right.
you know,
All right.
deliver whatever it is that they believe is the truth to the people, and I
Right.
respect that.
Right. 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 Gwendolyn wants to know let's see. She said, how do you have sufficient other special some how do you let's see I guess how do you have somebody special in your life with the business that you're in basically.
Hmm. Well, that here again, that goes back to the individual. But like I said, if you are dealing, with people in that particular aspect over a particular time, you develop in a, like we say in the games way, particular type of feelings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys in the game, the females, end up married at some point if they last together long enough.
Now
You
I
know,
heard they married their last woman
shit, it
that
might not
stayed.
be different. I'm just saying, it depends on different stages in the game when people, you know, properly done. You don't want to just meet somebody get married. You kind of want to, because if a woman gives you some dedication like that, you don't just, shit on her dedication like that. You don't kind of, you know, I wouldn't want to be with somebody that ain't been with me long enough to know what I fucking like and don't like. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Hold on, I see a question. uh when you were growing up, what did you think you would be, and can't you still do it?
well, I might still be doing. You know, I'm a multi-talented individual. I'm,
Absolutely.
and here we go with another myth buster, cutting through them like karate. You know what I'm saying? That all a brother got to do out. He's just pimping. He just to the women and he pimping, and that's it. See, destroy another myth because and try to a little bit of answer another question. Why are these women starting to deal with these kind of guys? Because these
Uh-huh.
kind of guys aren't one dimensional. They got. I mean, if you really sit down and have a conversation with a pretty good P, you know what? You're gonna run into one of the most intelligent motherfuckers you ever bumped into. It ain't
Okay,
gonna be
I can
nothing,
imagine. I can
you know what
imagine.
I'm saying? You know. I mean,
Imagine.
I mean, I don't have a degree, but I have a lot of formal education. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I totally understand.
You know,
And you know,
I,
you just having a lot of common sense and being able to hold a conversation along with charisma can get you a long way. A lot of people don't understand that, you know, but guys like me and you, or you and I, we know that that can take us a long way, just knowing how to hold a conversation with this up here. Uh,
exactly. It's people
uh,
without formal education that go real far, though. You know,
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
it's just
Uh,
about how many tools you decide to put. I love a woman that speaks multiple languages. That's some fly
mm,
shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an international. You know what I'm saying? I move around in my game. We might have to learn how to convert currency. You know what I'm saying? We might have to break them in Japanese. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a female who can't move like, oh, so why am I dealing with females that don't move like that? So what you saying is, how do you choose and what kind of females? You know what I'm saying? It's hard. You know what I'm saying?
right. Gwendolyn, I'm wearing the coat because I was feeling kind of pimpish and with all due respect of interviewing a true live pimp Max Swab. So I was just doing that in respect of him. And I felt like putting on a fur tonight. So why not? You know, anyway, pop my collar.
It's Papa Collar Night.
Exactly. Brush my shoulders off.
I
Dig.
like that part. What is that you got there? Is that me?
Yeah, a little mink, man. You know, a little something, little light something, man. I got a couple years back, man. You know, not too much. You know, but I got it all from you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you keep it all the way pimping. You dig? I'm surprised you don't have that white long thing on, man. You
No,
know,
man.
you had to kill that thing over in Africa, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I'm surprised you don't got that on. You know what I'm saying? Because that really would show the whole deal. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
dig?
I'm trying to get out here in the snow. I think it's coming back because I'm ready to get out here in the snow.
All right,
Move
all
around the
right.
town a little
Uh,
bit. Yeah.
we're gonna get ready to end this. Let's see. We got a couple more questions. See. Let's see. Uh, oh, have you ever been cheated out of it? Have you ever been cheated out of any money by one of your girls? Francis wants to know that.
Of course.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
been down for 18 years plus. I've been through it all. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Okay. Hey man, we've really appreciated the time you spent with us tonight. We know you got a lot of things on your plate. Um, we'd like for you to come back sometime if you ever get some free time, and we can definitely do some more relationship talks. Um, and you know, we wish the best for you. You know, and whatever it is you uh, uh, choose to do with the rest of your life. And like I said, man, just thanks for coming to the Lifestyles family, man. This has really been an honor.
I
Uh, uh,
appreciate you inviting me on here.
it's been an honor. We really had some misconceptions. I'm sure everybody has, uh, but you get the real deal from somebody that's really done it. So you know,
Yeah,
it's okay.
I like the chance to I like the chance and opportunity to break through a lot of the misconceptions because it's not as bad an experience. It's really a lot of regular relationships that need a better understanding. Because it's a lot of shit that ain't working. If you look at the numbers, let's look at what's going on. Let's look at the results. Let's get our face out the book and look at reality of what's going on. I think relationships need some help. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And so, and that breaks down the relationships between males and females. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Don't nobody master that better than this. Hoes know men in an impeccable way, like chicks know women in an impeccable way, and
I'm gonna
vice
get
versa.
one. I'm gonna get one more question for Fair is Fair, and then no more questions for the night, guys. We're on the way out of here. But Fair is Fair said, "Have you ever hit your women?"
Yep.
Okay, okay. Hey, he's being honest, and we can't ask for anything else but that. And we really appreciate you coming in, Swab. Thanks for coming to Lifestyles, man. We're gonna have you back as soon as possible. You let us know when you got some free time, man, and we'll definitely have you back. Thanks for coming in, man. Much love.
All right, peace and love.
All right,
Thanks,
peace.
everybody.
All right.